The way they talk shit, the way they talk shit. The way they talk shit, the way they talk shit, the way they talk shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're here to talk a little bit of shit this evening.
Yes, indeed. Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay, ay. Uncle Shine.
Shine, brother.
He's always in
Uncle
our thoughts.
Always in our thoughts.
Always. Apparently, we may be a little obsessed, but he's always in our thoughts. We're always thinking about him. I got another friend who, you know, he's feeling. He has a message.
Okay.
Let me check this out.
Yes, please. Let's hear what this friend got to say.
Yeah.
You're a fucking clown! It's payday, motherfucker! Fuck! Yeah! Make sure you get paid from your job! Work smart, not hard! Fuck! If you don't get paid for your hard work, you're a fucking clown! It's payday, motherfucker! Fuck!
Yeah. So that's our new friend. His name is
Make sure you get paid from your job! Work smart, not hard!
White Claw Gabe.
You're a fucking clown!
A lot of energy. A lot of energy from White Claw Gabe 10.
Wow.
A lot of energy, but he got a message.
He's passionate.
Was to get paid from your job because it was payday. And if you're not getting paid from your job, then you ain't shit, basically. I'm paraphrasing.
He's very passionate.
He's got a he's pretty passionate. He's got a lot of things going on. He loves to say fuck. He loves to say ooh.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
He's not Uncle Shine.
No. Easy. Whoa.
No one would ever be Uncle Shine.
Nobody could outtime Uncle Shine. Nobody can outshine Uncle Shine. Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay, ay.
One love.
One love.
One
It's
love.
federal, baby.
It's I make you sleep for 3 days. 3 days. 3
days, baby. Oh, man. So how was your day today?
The day was cool for the most part. My mama had a little scare. She woke up in the morning. She said her left side was feeling kind of numb. So I told her, listen, you need to call the doctor ASAP. And if you don't get in touch with the doctor because they don't do walk-ins, apparently COVID, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I was just like, if your insurance covers emergency visits, just go straight to the emergency room. Right. So that's what she did. They decided to keep her overnight, but she's good. Like they did a CAT scan on her. Everything is good, but they're gonna keep her to just run tests on her to find out if there is like no bleeding in the brain or whatever it is. Because the doctor was explaining to her that there are 3 different levels of strokes that a person could have,
right? And
they just want to kind of outlaw all of them,
right?
So they're gonna do an MRI on her in the morning just to make sure everything is good. But she's not feeling dizzy. She doesn't have a headache. So she's good. But all in all, the day was good, man. I was at work, and once she told me that they were going to do an MRI on her and she was feeling nervous, I told these people, deuces, because my mama come first. I was like, the hell with that. So I left work and I just headed to the hospital, and they took good care of her. She's good.
Which hospital was she at?
Kingsbrook Medical, which is like literally 4 blocks away from where she lives. Yeah.
Okay.
So everything is good. Yeah. Not Killer County, Kings County, not Brookdale.
Maimonides is supposed to be good though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But she's at
on the other side of town.
Yeah.
That's all the way on the other side.
Right. Exactly. But Kingsbrook is right down here, and it's they're cool. They do their thing. So
they got some bad hospitals in New York, huh?
Man, listen.
Woodhull's not that great either.
No, Woodhull is not that great. No.
I mean, maybe because the people that moved into the neighborhood, maybe it's a little bit better, but it's
Yeah,
still
Woodhull. Yeah.
yeah, it's still Woodhull.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then the Bronx has like Montefiore's a good hospital. Barnabas, St. Barnabas is not that great. It was a learning hospital, and I had like whatever. I think I've told this story before. Like, I guess I had a hemorrhoid and it got cut, and I was like, I didn't know, I was young, and then the doctor was like, okay, let me see. So I had to like turn around and be on all fours, arch my back a little bit, with my cheeks, right?
Damn.
And nutsack, dick, everything out, and then I turn around, and then there's like 15 people with
notepads
and like writing shit down. I'm like, damn, I didn't know it was gonna be a party in here.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, they didn't even say like, hey,
are you okay with this? They just kind of like, hey guys, come in here.
They just shoved 30 eyes into my butthole.
Damn, they're like, come check this out.
Yeah, look at this.
Now tell us what you think about this guy's butt crack. What was done wrong here?
Right.
That could have been like, that is wow.
Yeah, that's wild.
Violation.
So
damn. How's your day been, man?
My day was okay. Just work shit, trying to get things down. My son ended up getting hurt. He hurt his toe.
What was he doing?
What was he? I guess he was like he woke up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and then he bumped into, and I met him, and I was just walking him back to his room, and then he bumped into my foot, to my slipper, and his pinky toe got caught, and so he went with full force. So it was like it bent his pinky toe.
Oh.
Yeah, so but also he probably doesn't get hurt. He doesn't get hurt a lot. So when something hurts him, it could be something that wouldn't hurt somebody else that got hurt. You know what I mean?
Right.
But to him, it was the end of the world.
Right.
Which
my God, Daddy.
I right, exactly like that. But I respected him, right? But anywho, so what's going on? So in the news, so today they were like, I was reading some news about some 12 and a 14-year-old had a shootout, a Bonnie and Clyde shootout.
Say what?
In Florida, of course. Oh, so the 12-year-old boy fled a group home. They broke into the house and they found weapons and they opened fire on the deputies.
Wow.
But you notice that, you haven't really heard of it, but like, it's weird that they didn't show a picture of the kids, which I guess they're kids or whatever, but
because they're white.
Right, exactly. They're white kids. Oh, maybe not. The boy's from the Bronx.
He could still be white.
He could. Oh no, this is some other shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, from the Bronx and he ends up in Florida. Like, wow.
Yeah, but they broke into the house. The 12-year-old boy, armed with an AK-47, and the girl had a shotgun.
What?
Yeah, and the boy's name is Travis O'Brien.
Travis O'Brien is definitely white.
Yes, it has to be. And then apparently the house had a large amount of ammunition. Now they're saying, I read an article and it was like, oh, these kids with diabetes, they shot. Fuck you. It's always like looking for something else. No, these kids were murderers.
That's it.
Sorry. I mean, what else you want?
That's it. Because they like to say they know what they were doing. So yes, they knew what they were doing.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. What? Come again, said the prostitute.
Whoa, hey-o.
Hey, ayo.
That's it. Well, that would have been an extra charge. Yeah. So deputies in Deltona area go out looking for the 12-year-old and the 14-year-old because the 12-year-old is insulin dependent, and the 12-year-old, if he doesn't get his medication within 4 hours, it's going to be critical medical emergency.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't give a like. I don't know, man. So it said deputies were near a trail when a resident approached and said glass was heard shattering at a nearby home. Where deputies went to the residence, they noticed obvious signs of forced entry. And the amazing thing is that they don't do what I would have done. I would have walked in because I have an eyewitness telling me 2 juveniles just forced their way into the home. Shitwood said. They take a step back and contact the homeowner and say, should anybody have access to your home as resources are pouring in the surrounding property? The homeowner had recently left and said no one should be at the residence, but that there was an AK-47, a pump shotgun, a handgun, and 200 rounds of ammunition inside, records show.
Wow.
Deputies said the children grabbed the guns and opened fire at the deputies at about 8:30 p.m. They also used baseball bats to destroy furniture, toilets, tubs, according to authorities. So I'm just trying to see. I didn't get to read the whole thing. I'm just trying to see if they died or not.
More than likely they didn't. More than likely they did not.
So, yo, this shit is so fucking wild. Okay, the shit is so fucking wild. Hold on. So they started fighting at like 8:30, 8:28. The kids were shooting for like 10 minutes. The 14-year-old emerges from the property and threatens to kill Sergeant Maxwell. At 8:54, the juvenile male, armed with the AK-47, opens fire on deputies. Shitwood said. Up to that point, deputies had returned fire, according to the sheriff. Instead, he said they tried to de-escalate the situation and stepped in the line of fire to throw a cell phone in the house in hopes of ending things peacefully.
Wow.
Out of the garage with a pump shotgun, levels it at deputies, and despite warnings to drop it, she walked back into the garage, comes back a second time, and that's when deputies open fire after taking multiple rounds. The girl was shot in the chest and the arm. According to Sherwood, she's fighting for her life. My deputies showed more restraint than I'm showing right now because I'm furious that we could be burying somebody tonight. They took multiple rounds. I know for a fact one banana clip was empty from the AK-47. I know from radio transmissions that a 12-year-old opened fire on us. I know the 14-year-old opened fire on us with a shotgun and then walked out and threatened one of our sergeants and told him she was going to kill him. And we didn't return fire. But after she came out of the garage, hey, there was nothing left to do. We had to do what we had to do. What the fuck? Deputies immediately applied tourniquets, right? Rendering aid while also turning. This shit is enraging. Their attention to the 12-year-old boy who was still armed with the AK-47, who said the boy dropped the gun about 30 seconds later. Neither the boy nor any deputies, the motherfucker that was shooting with AK-47s, neither the boy nor the deputies were injured. So, I mean, it's not that you like my wig. It's not that. How could you not see that this is? And we always end up here like saying shit is racist, but that shit is fucking racist.
Of course it is. Like
if it was a little black kid or a little Hispanic, Asian kid, like any other minority, they would have fucking killed that kid, those kids.
Listen, that house would have gotten leveled for them to kill those kids.
Yeah, they would have lit that shit on fire.
As a matter of fact, they wouldn't have given a fuck that it was kids. They would have just been like, "Oh, you shooting?
Yes.
Well, we're shooting back." Wow,
like Michael Jackson.
All of that would have went on. You know what I'm saying? And you're absolutely right. If it was an Asian kid, if it was a black kid, if it was a Hispanic kid, they wouldn't have given a damn about their ages. They would have been like, "Oh, we didn't know who it was. We thought it was X, Y, and Z. It wasn't until After we killed them, we realized they were kids. That's what they would have said. And then they would have given you all the bad shit that these kids had done. Oh, they have stolen in the past. They had anger management issues, blah, blah, blah. But
They said
whenever,
diabetes. I've never
no,
seen somebody with diabetes have diabetes so bad that they had to carry a fucking AK-47.
and have multiple rounds, like you had multiple clips on you to be able to pop, pop, pop at cops, you know, deputies and all that shit. And you're gonna tell me that the 14-year-old walked away unharmed anything, and the poor little 12-year-old girl, oh my god, she got shot in her chest,
Well,
and
that's
now
one
she's
thing.
fighting for her life.
Yeah, that's one thing though. I like the fact that I mean, I don't like it, but she was shot, but it took so much for her to get shot. Like, it's just so amazing.
It's very amazing, because that little 9-year-old boy in the park with the fake gun, little black boy in the park, within seconds he had 3 bullets put in him by this grown ass cops who
Right.
were like, "Oh, we thought it was a real gun. No rounds were fired. There was no sound of gunfire coming from that gun for them to have thought that this kid had a real gun." And within seconds, he lost his life because he was a black kid.
12-year-old boy with a toy gun. It wasn't even he wasn't even aiming it at the cops.
It wasn't aimed at anybody.
Nah, he was playing by himself.
You know what
And
I
they
mean?
rolled up on him.
Bam, 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 bam.
That's it.
Done. His life is
Who
done.
did you need to save? Who did they need to save? Right? Like, if he was with a gun by himself, they would have only had to save him because he's playing with the gun by himself.
That's it.
So instead of saving him, you killed him because you were scared because he had his back to you?
Not pointing anything at you. There was no freaking, oh, we felt threatened or anything. This kid came, they pulled up, woo, pop, 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 done.
That's it.
Meanwhile, you're taking multiple rounds from a 14 and 12-year-old. And it's like, we were trying to, they threw, I love the threw a cell phone part. They threw a cell phone.
To negotiate this shit. It's wild.
They could suck on these, because, like, are you serious? And then you're going to tell me there's no such thing as white privilege in this country?
It's wild.
You know what I mean? Like, you're really going to try to pull that card with me. Yeah. Oh, it's in your mind. Y'all are just creating this. It's no. It's evidence. Every single fucking time somebody who is of the European persuasion decides to go out and do some wild shit, it's always that they were a victim. And if they weren't picking school, and they didn't raise up with a dad, and they were just low on funds, and they were having a bad day.
Yeah, there's always excuses. There's always excuses for them. And then for the kids, for black kids, for any minority kids, it's always like, well, they were the wrong place or the wrong, they should have complied. They should have done this. They should have done that.
They shouldn't have been wearing a hoodie. They shouldn't have done this. We thought it was a gun. Come on, man. Come on with the bullshit. It's wild. It's wild, but it keeps happening. And you know what? Until people of color in this country decide to get together and really just focus on the laws being changed that keep affecting people of color in this country, the BS is going to keep happening, and they're going to keep making excuses for these cops, and they're going to keep making excuses for the reason why the cops had to go AWOL because of this and this and that. Meanwhile, these little European-looking kids and grown-ass men and women do bullshit, and it's like they were having a bad day. You know, they didn't really
They
mean
get
it.
everything. They get all types of excuses.
Like that's crazy to me, man.
It's wild. Oh, speaking of like shit that happens to black people and then they don't talk about it.
Mhm.
It was the recent anniversary of the Tulsa race riot. It's not
Yes.
the Tulsa race riots. It was a massacre.
Massacre.
It was a massacre. It wasn't a race riot because then it kind of like leaves it up for interpretation.
Right. It was a massacre.
It was a massacre of black people by white people that were unhappy that black people were doing well.
Right. That's it. That's all it is. And to put it in hood terms, these haters were just hating.
Yes.
That's
and it was a consistent thing. Like it's happened multiple times, right?
Yeah.
And then we don't discuss it at all. And they want to push it under the rug all the time. And you know, we have to deal with these. Yes. So what? It was bad. I mean, I guess I'm not white, so I don't know. I guess I wouldn't want to feel, but fuck feeling bad. Just so that, you know, just is the truth.
That's all it is.
It's the truth. It's the truth. These things, and then they're trying not to have critical race theory in schools, which, you know, it talks about how the systems were created. Basically, I mean, part of it talks about like how the systems were created to basically oppress people and like tell the real history of the United States, not the whitewash version that everything's cute and that Georgia Washington had wooden teeth. No, he had slaves' teeth in his mouth.
Right.
That they would take out of human beings' mouths and put it in another human being mouth. George Washington was definitely a slave owner, and when it was time for his slaves to be free, he left them to his grandchildren or some shit.
Right. Right. And meanwhile, you have like photos of like one of the photos that pissed me off the most when it comes to racism and just slavery in this country is that there's a photo of a little black boy laying on the floor, and this older white man has his bare foot on this kid's stomach because his feet were cold.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know?
It happens. We have a viewer here from Brazil. Bom dia. But yeah, they said, hey guys, what's up? Talk again about legalizing weed.
Oh, this topic is too serious for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is real. And if you are writing from Brazil, you know that the Portuguese
we're not that great.
Right. And Brazil is definitely one of the most segregated places on the planet because there is literally a fucking wall that separates those that got money, which are usually European looking, from those who ain't got money, which are the brown faces and the mixed faces in Brazil.
Did you go to Brazil?
No, I've seen documentaries.
Yeah, no. I thought you. No, I just thought you went.
No, I haven't been yet. No, I want to go because I've heard. I mean, I've seen really nice like photos of the cities and stuff like that, and you know, like of course, when America shows you things, a lot of times they just focus on like the most filthy looking places in a country to make you like feel like, oh, you know. But Brazil actually does have some amazing looking places. So yeah, I haven't been yet, but I definitely want to go.
Yo, you know what's funny? So you were speaking about how it's segregated and they, you know, they have like, you know, because they have different levels of blackness there. So it's not like there's like people that are black and then, you know, they still have like basically like octoroons, quadroons, halves, like that stipulate that way, right? But I think like the funny thing is that they put people in favelas because they were like I I think it was because it was just an unwanted area, but now it's like on the side of a cliff, and so it's beautiful and prime like
Real estate.
estate. So now they're trying to kick people out and they wilding. Yeah, legalize weed. Let poor people sell it and allow them to become rich instead of
That's
letting
it.
Amazon
Right.
is going to start selling weed.
Right.
What?
Right. Right. And I wouldn't be surprised, like, if you once they legalize it, where you could just go into a Whole Foods and they'll have a whole section where you could pick your strand of weed that you want
I mean,
and
it
just
should have been
go.
that way. I mean, it should be that way, right? Like, just yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but these big corporations are always the first ones to like get the opportunity to do it, right?
Because
Because
they
it's
got all the
like,
money. It's all
right,
money. It's money and lawyers. This whole shit
that's it.
is money
That's
and
it.
lawyers.
That's all it
That's
is,
what it is.
people. Get
Money and
yourself a
lawyers.
good lawyer and get your money up. And that's how you get to
That's
do
it.
dumb shit in the world. Not
That's
just in this country they call America, in the world, because it's going on worldwide.
Yeah, that's
Once you
all
have
you need.
money and you have legal people, and you know what? Add the army to it, because if you have a good military,
Yeah,
money, and lawyers, you can practically do whatever the fuck you want.
yeah.
So
It's
get
wild.
get two of the three. Get two of the three. Get the lawyers and the army, or the army and the money. Get the whatever, and you'll be
But
good.
I think more than anything, a lawyer. Because a lawyer knows how to not manipulate, they know how to work things that we don't. Like the government can tell us whatever, and then we just have to follow suit because we don't know. And we're just
Right.
scared and whatever. That's why people, and I'm not a fan of Trump at all, but that's why these people have like Trump have like this air about them, like they can do whatever the fuck they want. Because they always have lawyers that are working for them, allowing them to do whatever the fuck they want, to
That's
get
it.
away with whatever shit that they want.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it. The legal way to do criminal stuff is but through a lawyer.
There you go. And that's it. And that's why a lot of them are called liars instead of
Yeah.
lawyers.
And
Because
go ahead, go ahead.
no, go ahead. And
I was gonna say, like, even to for wars, like when they bomb countries or whatever, they go through lawyers first to check international law to make sure if they blow this shit up, they're covered one way. Countries have lawyers.
crazy.
That's how strong a lawyer is.
Crazy.
It's wild.
It's amazing. You know what I mean? All the legal jargon that they spit at you when they, I mean, listen, I got a lawyer, so I won't even like,
Yeah.
I feel good about that. So for me personally, I know that if I get into any kind of shit, I could be like, hey, guess what? Somebody just said X, Y, and Z to me. How legal is that really? So I am cool, but yeah, it is definitely messed up that once you got deep pockets, you can't afford
That's it.
the best of the best, and they will clean up shit for you. And that's why so many people who have money feel untouchable, because they're able to just
Yeah, and they do whatever they want.
do whatever the hell they
It
want.
allows them, yeah. It allows them to do whatever they want.
Yep. Yep.
So
And it's always in the name of, I mean, listen, and again, right, there are laws that are practically telling corporations and stuff like that, oh, hey, by the way, we have a hookup for you over here. So you want it? And they're like, oh, hell yeah, I want it. So they go ahead and do what they do, and they get away with it because some of it is actually already there for them to use. So can I knock somebody for using something that has already been put in place for them to use if they know how to go about using it? I can't. Because if I own a business one day, any tax breaks I could get, I am taking them. Ay, ay, ay.
ay, ay, ay.
One
It's
love.
federal.
One love. I'm federal, baby.
I'm federal, baby.
I make you sleep for 3 days. 3.
All right, I'm gonna show you this thing. I don't know if it's part of the Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna show you right now. This lady. This reminded me. Even crazy people could get lawyers.
Mm.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
You remember this? This was like 7 years ago.
Uh-huh.
On tape calling me racist comments, called me in front of her
They
kids.
scared my children.
Well, it's cameras out here, and we'll see, because we'll definitely be filing charges. Please call the cops.
Please
Thank you.
do.
Please. Got everything on tape. Your voice too.
He's listening to Little Nas in the background too.
If that's how you feel.
Yeah.
You might as well take care of your kids. Don't worry about me.
I know where my kids are.
Okay, good.
Don't touch. I'm bringing your father down here.
Please do.
Ridiculous.
Talk to the now. I am telling you, he's video recorded me. He scared the Anthony started in the car. He wanted to run his mouth talking about being an attractive mother. Say
Really?
something to him
I said
now.
that.
He's got me on videotape, and I'm still.
Me and go ahead.
I called you. You're a.
Look at that. She's trying to make him mad. See, that's the thing. Like, all right.
Because he's. Why he thinks he's gonna get something out of it.
Oh no wonder. I don't sue.
Okay.
people.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. But that's the thing. Like, I've noticed people say that because they know it'll get a rise out of you, as opposed to, like, you know, talk some shit. That's like the easy way out.
Right.
That's the easy way out.
Right.
And I never let it bother me, because I know that oh, you're not smart enough to kind of go toe to toe with me.
Right.
With words or even fight. You
Right.
want me to hit you first.
Right.
And you want me to look like what you're calling me.
Right.
That's what you want. You want me to look like, oh, see, this is how they act.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's not gonna happen. Not over here.
Right.
Not because I'm scared or anything, but you know, you have to measure yourself. Like, as much as I don't measure my meals, I am a measured person. So I make sure that I make sure that the moves that I make, for the most part, are the right ones, because I'm trying to avoid, you know, going to jail or, you know, anything else. Like, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. I could fight or do whatever. But if you're gonna be so cheap and be like, oh, I don't even like saying the word myself.
Right.
But it's unless I'm excited or very angry or disgusted, right? But I can say it, and I can always, and I'm not saying it with the ER, it's the A always.
Right.
I just don't say it just because I don't. But like, I guess I do say it, right? That's like somebody who says I don't drink, but then they're drunk on Friday. Like, I don't drink, but Friday I'm drinking.
Let me tell you now. For me personally, man, that word, because I know it's used by ignorant ass people, I'm not gonna look as ignorant as you to even respond to that, because listen, whenever I had a homeless white man call me nigger one time I was on Madison Avenue between like 57th and 56th Street, and he just walked past and he was like, fucking nigger. And I had to laugh, because first of all, you're in a shitty situation.
Right.
And on top of you being in a shitty situation, you're ignorant on top of it. Like, why would I even entertain that? Like, I would look like a dumbass for entertaining a homeless dude.
Right.
For saying nigger, because, dude,
it's always dumb. It's always dumb.
It's dumb. Like, it's a word. It's a word. And I get that there is history behind this word. And I get blah, blah, blah. But like, people of color black folk need to be more like smart with it and be like, feel pity for these people, feel sorry for these people, laugh at these people, because they're ignorant, they're stupid.
So one time when I was younger, I was probably like 14 or 15, maybe 13. And I called some kids pussy because it was 3 of them. I was just being stupid as a kid, right?
Mm.
And so the 3 of them came back to me because I was with some girls, and then the 3 of them came back to me, and then they started talking shit to me, and then they were like, yeah, and then they were like, nigger, and I was like, all right. Well, I mean, what, you gonna do something? You're not gonna do nothing. You talking, or what's gonna happen?
Right.
Are you gonna get busy, or what's that? What's not? If not, then you get the fuck out of here.
Oh, right.
Right. And then they ended up walking away because I wasn't like, And then I went back to, I guess they were my friends at the time. Their mother, it was a black family, and then they were like, oh, they were American. And of course, I think maybe when you're American, an American black person, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have deep, deep roots here.
Right.
Maybe it hits different, right? But to me, I think it's like it don't really. Maybe it doesn't hit me the same way, but they were like, you should have fought him. You should have done this. You should have done that. What a fucking. I'm like, well, what would that have resolved? I would have called the cops. I would have looked like this X, Y, and Z. And then I would have gotten locked up, and they would have been like, he, ha, ha, because they're the little white kids that would be beat up or fought or whatever by this black kid that showed up or whatever. I didn't say anything. Who are they gonna believe, them or me? Right. Long story short, her son ended up going to jail.
There you go.
So, like, I get the connotations of it. I understand that it's not saying that I'm like happy that white people have called me in my life, but when I was I think the first time somebody called me that, I was 5, and then that's when I got into a fight. Right? Because I didn't really know what it meant, but I was like, this isn't right, because they said it with a mean face.
Right.
Well, then I beat up the kid, and then I got like in a little bit of trouble, and my mother was like, yo, don't let people's words bother you.
That's it.
Because their words don't mean shit.
That's it.
I mean, the next day, the kid, his grandmother made him bring me a Snickers bar, which I don't like, but I took it out of pity.
Yeah, it's one of those things where when people say like you got to pick your battles wisely, that's one of those times when you got to pick your battles wisely.
Yeah, everything can't be you could try to keep it real all the time, but remember that
keeping it real
is hard.
Right. I mean, like Dave Chappelle used to do that thing when keeping it real. Right. That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Like sometimes it goes like, it's just not even worth it, man. Like it really isn't. And it's not anything about being a pussy, a punk, or whatever. So you just got to be wise about it. You know what I mean? Like I was having a conversation with my lady the other day, and I said, we shouldn't say everything that comes to mind. And she said, and she was like, why not? And I said, because it's immature. Like children do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? As an adult, if you say every single thing that comes off you, like it's just, I mean, can you imagine being in a relationship and you really say like whatever comes to mind to like your partner? Like that would be a toxic ass relationship.
Yeah. And yes.
You know what I mean? Because you're saying whatever you want and I'm saying whatever I want. And it has nothing to do with being passive aggressive. It has nothing to do with being a punk. It's really just picking your battles wisely. Like if I say this, I know for the rest of my life, this woman is going to remind me that I said this to her in 1447 at 2:00 in the afternoon while I was eating a candy bar.
Yes.
So is it really worth it? You know what I mean?
No.
Like, no.
It's never worth it. I think, yes, you need to filter. I mean, with maturity comes better decision making, right?
Absolutely.
And that means in everything, even in conversations.
Absolutely.
And you, if you say whatever you want, you might unwittingly spark something that's unnecessary if you don't measure how you speak. Yes, tell the truth, but how do you present that truth, and how do you present your thoughts? Right. Because you know, and then like even in the heat of being angry, you may be thinking some wild shit to hurt somebody's feelings, and then you'll regret it. You regret it forever if you hurt somebody's feelings.
Right. Because again, you can't take it back once you say it too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where when you realize a person is being ignorant, especially when a person is being ignorant, like, do you really want to entertain that? Like, really? Like, somebody's being ignorant. Like, ignorant is pretty much just being mindless, you know? Like, when I think about somebody that's ignorant, I'm thinking about somebody that's uneducated, has no self-control, and has a limited vocabulary. So the only thing they could come at you is like, your mother's a whore. And you're just like, should that really... Like, I'm gonna get in a fight with a person because they say some dumb shit like that. It's like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nigger. I don't care how strong your R is on nigger. Like, you could say it till you're red or blue in the face. For me personally, you're being ignorant, and for me to even entertain that. However, though, if you say the word nigger and then you end up reaching for me,
right, then that's something
then
different.
We're talking about
space.
That's a whole different story, baby.
Don't invade personal space.
Do not try to put your foot, like, and I've said that to my woman too. Like, let people be however they want, as long as they don't try to hurt you.
Right.
You could always walk away from that situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless
and
you
that's
try
not
to
a coward move. Like, people think it's like a coward move. I know I'm not a coward. I just know that what is it? What is this gonna fix? What am I gonna do? I mean, if you have to protect yourself, if you have to give your personal space, that's different. But if you go on the attack on someone, then they've already gotten the best of you.
That's it. They've won. That's it. Yeah. You know, and again, for me, it just makes you look just as stupid as that person when you entertain the stupidity. Like, you know this is stupid. You go ahead and you entertain it, and now your whole day is pretty much ruined because, again, if you live in a city like New York and you entertain some stupid shit, there could be a cop nearby. Now you're in handcuffs, answering stupid questions, blah, 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 blah. They need to run your ID. And something that could have not gone anywhere has taken up like half of your day because you decided to entertain a stupid person. You know what I mean? Like, listen, again, somebody doesn't try to put hands on you, you can always walk away, man. And let them stand there stupid, looking stupid, like barking, blah, blah, blah. And people are walking by like, what the fuck is wrong with this idiot? Meanwhile, you just go about your business.
That's
and
it.
You, like, leave the idiot standing there. Let everybody else be like, what the fuck is wrong with this mother? Like,
yes.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. It doesn't affect your life unless you put attention to it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it.
You're giving it importance. Once you start addressing it, then you're giving it importance.
That's it.
And I guess you got to check people sometimes, but that shit, I value what I have and what I want for my life more than how you're trying to make me feel at that moment.
Right.
The control that you think you have over me.
Right.
Once you react, they have control over you.
And that's it.
Right.
And that's another thing I've told my woman. Like, anytime you allow somebody to get you out of character,
right,
that means they have power over you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then that means anybody could have power over you.
Yeah.
You know, and like, do you really, like, when people got to think about that, do you really want to be a person that just because somebody says something, they could just change your mood just like that? Right. That's too much power to give to anybody.
No.
You know what I mean?
I just laugh at people. I point and laugh at them.
Yeah, because for me personally, and I say this to my lady too, like, when people come at you with the BS, the first thing that got to come to your mind is like, this person is insignificant because, number one, this is not a family member,
right,
or a loved one or a lover. So why are you giving this person any kind of attention,
nobody's
any kind of energy? This is nobody. This is a nobody.
Right.
And the thing is, you burn a person more when you treat them like a nobody.
Yes.
than
When you ignore
actually
somebody,
entertain. Man, listen. You know how many people I've had raise their voice even more because I ignored them as opposed to paying any attention to them?
yeah.
That shit makes them like want to bite through fucking walls.
Right.
Ah! And then again, people are walking by going like, what the fuck is wrong with this jackass? And you walk about into the sunset and enjoy your day.
Right.
Done deal.
Chilling. Yeah. Laughing at them.
Yeah, done deal. Because what I got to prove to anybody that's a bystander when I decide, what the fuck you talking about? You talking to me? I look like an idiot.
What rep? Who, what? Who? Are you defending a castle? Do you have this is my block? What? What do you own here? Nothing? Come on, stop it. Then.
Stop it. Stop.
You don't need to do any of this.
None of it.
Mm-mm.
None of it. Zero.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, just keep it moving, man.
I guess that's why I never like joined the gang or anything like that because I'm not gonna fight. I'll fight if I have to.
Right. But
I enjoy a good fight. It's nice.
Right.
But to fight on command or like,
fuck that.
This to my boy, but what did your boy do? What? Nah,
fuck that. First of all, I'm not getting into trouble for anybody who might or might not be a knucklehead. First of all, because a lot of these dudes in gangs are stupid and they go do dumb shit, and then they get you into the dumb shit, and sometimes you're the one that end up losing your life because of some dumb shit some dumbass did.
Right. I had an ex-student.
No, fuck all
I had
of
two
that.
students get shot. No. I got one student that got shot, and then another student, ex-student, that shot two people, and now he's in federal prison. And because they were in gangs, they had to like prove it. You got to prove you're the hardest, you're the toughest, you're this, you're that. But what happens? You end up in jail. You end up fucked up. Like you end up either dead or in jail or anything. Yes, protect yourself. Have pride in yourself. But also protect your life. Like protect the people around you. So if you can't fight, what's going to happen to the people around you?
Right.
Your job is to protect them, right? Not you necessarily. So what? Yeah, it's a weird thing. I mean, as like, I guess kind of as a man, you want to be like the protector, the this, the that, and now I'm not a punk or whatever. But you'll never make me believe I'm a punk.
Nope.
You just got lucky that day.
Right.
You just got lucky that day. There's no that fear or anything like that. It's just that it's not worth it, and I'm not trying to damage. I got a lot of shit going on in my life. I'm not trying to over it.
There you go.
What?
Yeah. There's way too much important shit. There are things that are way too high on my priority list for me to decide to have my whole life get thrown off track because of some dumb shit way at the bottom of my priority list.
And then that could ruin your whole fucking life.
It can, because a lot of these kids, I remember watching a documentary on like, just the inmate life and all this kind of stuff. And they were interviewing some of these guys, blah, blah. And a lot of them are sitting in there regretful as hell.
Hell yeah.
At reacting too quickly out of some stupid anger, foolish mentality place. And now they're spending like 10, 15 years, sometimes the rest of their lives behind bars like an animal and going like, yeah, if I knew better, back then, I never would have did X, Y, and Z. And yeah, well, you know what? It's too late. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, a lot of that has to do with what you feed up here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatever it is you're storing in here, whatever it is you're telling yourself up here, or making people tell you that you're storing up here, could either make you a very successful person or a dead jackass. Or just a locked up jackass. Like, so you got to choose that shit wisely, man. Like, it's not worth it to be out here, ain't nobody gonna disrespect me. Ain't nobody gonna Well, motherfucker, guess what? You're even more disrespected if you're in a prison cell because somebody tells you when to eat, shit,
Right.
take a shower,
Right.
go to sleep. So now
Everything.
you're really somebody's bitch.
Right.
Like, so what? So where's the respect now? Where's the
I
respect?
mean, yeah, and I'm sure you
Come
might
on,
get some
man.
respect in jail or do it. I'm not trying to do that. I lock myself up in my house enough. I want options to go outside.
Man, listen. I tell you, I'm not built for that kind of system. So for
Me
me
neither.
personally, there's nothing more beautiful than waking up in the morning and deciding what you're gonna do with your day.
Right.
You know, not somebody's gonna tell you what you're gonna do with your day. You decide what you're gonna. You know what? Let me just go take a walk real quick. You know what? Let me go stop by White Castle or Popeyes real quick. You know what? Let me get on the train and go into the city real quick and go
Yeah.
check out that spot that I
Ooh.
always want. Like, you know what? Let me go sit in Union Square and people watch for a little bit. You know what?
Right.
Let me go sit by the water by the West Side Highway for a little bit. You get to do that when you're a free person. When you actually use this and make wise moves, like a chess player who has played the game a whole lot, baby, as opposed to now being somebody's little bitch or like somebody's little pet in a prison where you have this hierarchy system where one person tells another person to go tell you what to do, and if you don't do it, then there are consequences. And you can't even see the day of light when you want, and you can't even go out and just be yourself when you want. You can't go sit in your favorite bar or restaurant anymore because now you're an animal in a big ass cage with other animals. Like, think about that shit. All this, I'm a man for being locked up, and then come on, man, like
Yes.
that kind of mentality is
And then
just
people always regret it. People always regret that shit. Like, yo, I shouldn't have done that one time.
uh-huh.
I mean, unless you're killing somebody for like a reason that you feel just for. Like, eventually, people always regret it. They're always in jail.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, I should have fucked up. I should have done this.
Uh-huh.
And then that's it. And they're
Yeah.
already trying to put you in jail. So you're gonna do more shit to get them to put you in jail? Come on,
Like,
man.
think about that. Think about that, man.
Yeah, the system's already set up for you to go to jail, and then you're gonna do shit so you can be in jail. Nah,
You know what I mean?
not
You
me.
know what I mean? The system is already waiting for you to fail.
Right,
And
right.
instead of you proving them wrong, you fail.
Yeah, you tested it. Come on.
That's a stupid mentality to have, man.
It
Like,
is a stupid mentality.
listen, this is Greg and I'm Marlon, and we're just saying, like, before you go out there and do dumb things or react to, bullshit or ignorant people, like, give it a thought for a bit. And it ain't got nothing to do, like we said, with being soft, being a punk, being whatever. It's about being wise, plain and simple. You use a little wisdom before you decide to just let your energy and your emotions just dictate what you do on a daily basis.
Right,
'Cause
your
guess
brain.
what? Yeah, because if
Use your brain.
use your brain, because if everybody reacted to every single thing that their body told them to do, you know how many dead and locked up motherfuckers would be out here?
For real.
Come on, man.
Use your brain. That's one of the things that I tell my kids all the time. I was like, your heart will use your brain. Your emotions will confuse you.
Mm-hmm.
Your emotions will fool you.
Mm-hmm.
Use your brain. Calm down and think. Emotions will get you hurt. It'll get you in the wrong situation. Use your brain all the time.
That's it. All the time.
We're different than animals because we can think and process things.
Exactly.
And think of repercussions of what could happen. Always.
Absolutely. Always.
Is this the right thing to do? Should I do this? Should I not do this?
Right. What are going to be the consequences of this? Right. I could do this now, but damn, how, where's that going to take me? Because again, a 5-minute interaction with a person can turn into the rest of your life because you did something stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Easily.
And now and it could, and now here you go, mad and regretful because of something that you could have walked away from, but instead you decided to react, and now We got the choices, man. We got that choice.
You do have the choice. I mean,
we got that choice.
We don't have a lot of choices sometimes because we have choices. Maybe we don't have all the best options, but like
we got choices.
Right.
We sure do.
And I think that let's just make the right choices. Don't in something that you'll regret for the rest of your life.
For real, because it could happen just like that. Just like that.
There's going to be enough things you regret already. You threw up in the hallway. Don't regret like huge, gigantic shit.
Right.
You're going to be embarrassed that you were dancing in your underwear when it was raining after your son's baby shower. I mean, I don't remember it, but I'm sure if I did, I would be embarrassed.
Right. But it's all good.
It's all good.
Like my man Arnold Schwarzenegger said, break the rules, not the laws. Break the rules.
How would he say that?
Not the laws. Break the rules, not the law.
There we go.
Yeah. He would throw it in there. And then he'd just be like, "Get to the chopper
now."
It's not a tumor.
Yeah. You gotta spice it up with the Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah. Listen, I'm Marlon.
And I'm Greg. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, indeed, man. This was Talking Shit with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Brazil, for joining us.
Yeah, Brazil, much love. I definitely want to come visit. So keep the doors open for me.
Yeah.
And legalize that weed.
Well, legalize that weed. I mean, COVID's kind of fucking that shit up a little bit, but
for real.
Yeah. So enjoy your evening. We'll see you next week.
Yes,
maybe I'll advertise a little bit better. I'll put more posts up for the show. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, indeed. Peace and love. Yeah.